right, it looks like we are going to be live here in just a minute. Yay, YouTube is allowing me to be great today. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yes, yes, yes. So give y'all some time to come in. I tried to do a trailer. I don't know if the trailer is going to work. I have to go back and look at the replay. So give y'all a minute to come in. Boop, 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 boop. I would play music if you're watching the replay, but I can't because YouTube will not allow us to. YouTube will not allow us to do that. Won't allow me to do it. You know what? I found. Let me see here. Let me save this to watch later. Good morning. 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 We are going to be live here in just a minute. We all have a lot to discuss today. Yes, we are going to be live here in just a minute. All right, here we are getting ready to get started. Let's talk live. Yes. All right, YouTube. Thank you for letting me be great today, YouTube. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Okay. Yay. We are live. We are live. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel because that way I send out texts to my friends in the morning. If you don't get the text, you need to be subscribed because then you'll automatically get like a quick email or something, a notification. We live, y'all. We live. I don't have the guest actually came back last night and left this morning. So I was like, oh no, I was going to run in my chamber and do this. So good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all listen. Look at these notes I got to share with y'all today. Yeah, this is going to be an awesome morning. Invite a friend. Let your sister, you might on my mic, yeah. Let your sister friend know that you care about her. Y'all know why I text you at 7 a.m.? Because I care about you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, I forgot to put this on Nextdoor app. Your pa, you got, oh, I forgot to put on Nextdoor. It's all right though. So listen, y'all, my name is Montina, and I created this Happy Wife Project, the Finest Wives Club, okay? Because I believe in marriage. I am pro relationship. I'm pro marriage. I am pro doing life together. I am pro sister friends. Now, I haven't always been this way. I haven't. And I'm this way now because I'm getting a little bit older. And as you age, you start to reflect on life. And you start to think about how could I have done this different and that different? Like I am very self-aware. Yay, good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, okay, Deramalo. Don't be coming in here trying to get my girls. We focused here, okay? We focused here. Okay, so I created this because as I reflected, I realized that every time you talk to somebody about marriage, it's all like, well, let me pray for you. It's hard work. Listen, I don't want no foolishness going on. I'm about to hold on, y'all. We gotta let me see here. Okay, I don't want no foolishness going on. So I'm gonna add your pa as a moderator just in case I need to block somebody. Okay, let me see here. Wait, wait, wait. Okay. And all right. Okay, there we go. All right, y'all. So again, everybody wants to pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you. But what you praying for me for? I can pray for myself. Sometimes marriage is hard. It's work. But what type of work we supposed to be doing? Nobody tells us. Listen, the Ramala, we ain't got time for this morning. This ain't this type of place, okay? So you can't put you in timeout for a little bit, okay? Because you can't be on here chatting with my girls. I know you're a good man, but this ain't that time, okay? But you're in a good place. You're in a good place. This ain't time for to be chatting and getting relationships. So again, I got to you see, don't be coming here. I created this for us, y'all. I know y'all laughing at me, but I created it because we need a safe place to be wives and women. And single women need a safe place to also say, I want a man. I don't want your man. I want my own man, but I want a man like your man. How can I get your man? And I think sometimes even when single women say that, some married women are like, she want my man. She doesn't want your man, but she does want a good man. And then I found that people just push them away. So I'm like, where can we have a safe place to be real and raw and honest to say, girl, my husband acted crazy. Yours too, mine too. So that's what this support group is for. Alcoholic Anonymous have support groups, grief support groups, divorce support groups. Everybody got a support group but us. We just told to work it out and I'm gonna pray for you. I pray for myself. So that's what this is for. This is to say, sis, you got it. Oh, we need to come beat him up. Oh, so you need a little bit of encouragement. Oh, he acting this way. One of my friends is married to someone and he has a very similar name to mine. So I call him, hey, twin name. And it's just fun. Like being honorable. How do you be respectful? Like when I introduce my husband to people, they don't call my husband by his first name. I've introduced him as Mr. and our last name. And one of my friends is like, you do that? Yeah. You're going to honor my husband or respect my husband. So that's why I created this because 80% of the time, sis, he is amazing. And 20%, you be like, oh my God, like who did I marry? He's a monster. And that's the reality. Sometimes these men are just like crazy men. Oh, pause, sis, pause. And it's just like that sometimes. But I want you to understand that sometimes it's just like that sometimes. And some of you just aren't staying in it long enough to understand that. Some of you are exiting marriages and you come back out in the dating pool in your 40s and you don't understand it is the wild, wild west. And when I came out, I was single, married now. And when I was single, honey, I was single. I wasn't dating and, nobody was scratching my itches. This lady in her 70s told me I was building a business, raising my kids, this and that. But I realized when I came out, there were some things that I did that did help me get my husband I have now and have a provider man and have somebody that's a protector and have somebody that adores me. My husband, I do it for him, sis. And you do it for your hubby too. Wait till I share with you today. So that's why I created this. So, really quick, for our devotion today, Battlefield of the Mind. It's about our mind, sis. It's about your mind. Don't fret or have anxiety. I had to tell my son this the other day. Don't fret about nothing. But every circumstance and everything by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, continue to make your wants known to God. We may have done this one, but I don't care. We're going to do it again. This scripture, Philippians 4:6, is really, really important. And again, I go to the scriptures. You go to what works for you. Sometimes it ain't the scriptures that work for me. It might be something else I heard from Zig Ziglar or Jim Collins or Les Brown. Okay, keeping it real. I highly recommend speaking the word of God out of the mouth. It's a two-edged sword that must be wielded against the enemy. A sword in a sheath won't do any good during an attack. Okay, your marriage is being attacked. Your mind is being attacked. Your kids are being attacked. Y'all got to say stuff out your mouth. And I'm telling you, when they act crazy, you got to. Whoo! I'm gonna tell y'all some stories today. God's given us His Word. God has given us power. God has given us wisdom. You can read. Thank God you can read. You know there are people in the world that can't read. You can listen. You have ears to hear me. These are blessings. We have eyes to see. Learn scriptures like this one. And when the enemy attacks, counter his attack with the same weapon. The word, whatever the word is for you. And I'm going to tell you a lot about the word. This one might go over a few minutes. Okay. Good morning, Melinda. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Morning. So with this, I put our P's. I was doing our P's. I'm going to talk about the power. We're going to talk about prayer purpose. And y'all know I got to make this practical. So the power is, listen, I get these words and I just thank God for this giving whatever this is to me because I'm going to help y'all because I want to help myself too. But I need you to know that your husband loves you. And I remember my husband and I were having a tough time and my therapist told me, I had friends tell me, people just kept saying he loves you and I'm just thinking like, "Oh my God, this is hard." And I guess maybe that I needed it, but maybe you do too, sis. He loves you. Men know how to walk away. And I'm talking about leave out the door. I've heard stories where people say, my dad just left and never came back. Divorced. My husband divorced two wives. So men know how to divorce. He loves you. He loves you. You do it for him. He picked you. You have to do the work. What I'm finding when I say, oh, y'all got to do the work. Let me show you. So my husband, I like to little plant some little vegetables. This is the vegetable chart. Hey, Grandis, good morning. The chart. This is work. And I looked at this like, ooh, what work have you done, are doing, and will continue to do? When I bring up these books, this one here, it's A Man's World, Woman's Universe. I have these books, people recommend it, or I'm reading a book and it recommends another book. I get these books. This author has written so many phenomenal books. Y'all ain't doing the work, so you don't have the power. They talk, well, read the word. It's not enough. It's enough. I know people, oh my God, my grandma be like, it's enough. But come on, making it more practical. Some of you all, let me pull my chair over here. Your attachment style, you guys, let me tell you, we all know the five love languages. I know my love language. I know my love language. Oh my God, you beat up everybody in the head with your love language. He don't love me in my love language. Do you love him in his? And I'm going to tell you, all men love to be affirmed. All men. Affirmations, baby. Tell your husband he look good in them jeans. I told my husband one time, my husband does it for me, y'all. Woo. My husband, woo. And he had on some jeans. I said, "Ooh, honey, I like you in them jeans." Y'all know what? He wore them jeans all the time. You have to do the work. You all need to know your attachment style. Some of you all have an attachment style, and this is making it practical. Anxious people are often preoccupied with their relationships and tend to worry about their partner's ability to love them back. You're worried about your husband loving you because there's something from your childhood that was traumatic. There's something from maybe middle, something happened. Avoidant people that are avoidant. There's three anxious attachment styles: anxious, avoidant, secure. Avoidant people equate intimacy with a loss of independence and constantly try to minimize closeness. This is people that say, I don't want to be in a relationship because he ain't going to be telling me what to do. Because, so you're avoidant. In a relationship, you can be these in a marriage. And then secure people feel comfortable with intimacy, are usually warm and loving. My husband and I both have a secure attachment style. And when I read this was 2020, I said, I want to love and be loved. 1222, I actually read this and realized that my husband was the one for me coming back from a trip from Utah. And I read it and I said, oh my God, we both have a secure attachment style. If you don't know your attachment style, they give you just specific things, cracking each other's attachment style. If you have more of an anxious, every time your husband walk out that door, you nervous about it because you don't know, you don't have the power. My single women, I'm gonna start doing a little end of the segments for you. The getting to I do, y'all gotta start reading and doing the work. No, Auntie, I don't like to read. Audible. Y'all got to do something. Y'all getting in these marriage. Me too. Now, when I got in this marriage, I had done the work. I did listen to some of Kevin Samuels. I chewed the meat, I spit out the bones. And I was like, I got to do something different. I want something different. I want something different. His needs, her needs, how to affair proof your marriage. Well, Montina, he's already cheated. How to affair proof it. Why? Read these books. And y'all think that only men cheat, women cheat too. I'll tell y'all, not in this marriage at all for me, nothing like that. But I'll tell you my story. I'll tell you my story when we get to Cancun. Sign up. Proper care and feeding of a husband. I have a friend that said, girl, my husband has this Peter Pan style. I was like, oh my God, I have that book, Peter Pan Syndrome, because it came from Patricia Allen's book. Some of these men, these boys that were raised by these single moms, okay? I was a single mom for a while. Some of them are trash because they are so devoted to their mothers. Now, my son is a man, and there's some way, actually, I just talked to him recently. I said, are you a punk? I didn't raise no punks, okay? You have to read these books and understand what y'all are really dealing with. You want some power? Read a book. And I did used to be a school teacher. When men are like waffles, women are like spaghetti. Montina, why are you giving us these resources? Because you guys don't understand. These men are different, okay? But your attachment style. Are you consistent? Even me doing these videos, it's fun for me, but I have a very consistent personality. It works for me. What works in your marriage? Your husband married you for a reason. He chose you for a reason, honey. You do it for him. Nobody else does it for him. See, I go to Pilates in the morning, so I see a lot of different body types. I'm around a lot of different people. Your big butt, your little butt, your no butt, your tight waist, your big waist, your tummy, your no tummy, your boobies, your no boobies. You do it for him. Something about you does it for him. I know I do it for my husband. Something about me, like he likes my aesthetic. I enjoy his aesthetic. Well, he don't do it for me no more. But maybe you don't do it for him no more. Be sexy. That's why I talk about fitness, because a lot of people, honey, he didn't choose you because you're nice. I'm sorry, but he didn't. He chose you because you was the baddie. So you need to continue to be a baddie, okay? Y'all need to check out Glendora. She's up in here, Divine System. She's a mental health therapist. One of my close friends, honey. She is. Doop, doop, but guess what? I got some big girlfriends too. That honey, baby, they give you a run for your money. It doesn't matter. You do it for him, and you need to continue to do it for him. Okay, because he didn't marry you because you was nice. Okay. Oh, I put that here. You do it for him. Today, when we were doing Pilates, and again, I'm gonna go over a couple of minutes. Give me some time. And I remember so you have a studio where you can look at the other person or look in the mirror. We were doing our last exercise. I turned to look in the mirror, and she was like, "Oh, you can look at the other person, look at yourself." I'm gonna look at myself. And people laugh, but I'm a Leo at the heart. But you know what? Some of you don't realize you need to be you. You know how they be like, do you, be authentically, unapologetically yourself. If you're quiet, be your cute, quiet self. If you're loud, but not too loud, don't be a loud woman. But be yourself. I was like, I don't look at myself in the mirror. And they laugh, but that's my personality. In your marriage, some of you have lost yourselves. And if you're young in marriage, you haven't been through some things, you ain't on a third marriage like me, you do lose yourself because he's your everything. My husband is not my everything. He cool. He my favorite friend in the world. But I'm my everything. God's my everything. Like I do me too. And being me, authentically me, is what drives our marriage. Because like today, I said, oh, I got a long day. I got a long day. I'm going downtown and I got to go head up north to a business meeting. And he was like, oh, well, I'm not going to be home because he's actually going to Chicago step class. I'm like, oh, okay. So you have to still have your individual hobbies. That's why they're important. Okay, I got to keep going. Your goals. Y'all know I have a political aspiration next year. What are your goals for your marriage? Remember, there's purpose for your marriage, there's power for your marriage. You guys got to get this. The purpose of marriage is to give yourself fully to another and in the process become your best self, the go giver marriage. I've been quoting this. Did you get the book? Read the audio book. Also, do you have a plan? Do you have a routine? What's your thing that does it for your husband? Because I know affirmations are important for my husband, but they're important for me. It's my love language too. I love to feel good. It's a lot for Leos. But here's the thing. I showed this the other day. These are the cards. This is we've been together since 2020. Well, Montina, you do that because y'all are still young. I've been married 20 years. Ain't yours should be bigger than mine. I write my husband love letters. These are some of the love letters. Affirm. My son, I text him some affirming him every day. Honey, I'm so proud of you. When he was young, I used to say, man's or he's our man. If he can't do it, I text him that yesterday. He was like, no one can. These men need, if you raise them boys, they need it. What makes you think your husband doesn't need that? Especially if he didn't get it from his mother. Okay? Cards. These were the cards we gave each other for our anniversary. Okay, so again, dig deep roots. Dig deep roots. Don't let no other woman do it for him. And I can tell when I'm around men that just are thirsty for feminine energy. They're so thirsty for it. They they want to talk and pull my energy. My energy is for my husband. And I'm telling you, you'll start to notice that the man is a little friendly at work or if I'm at the grocery store. They feed off your energy because you are amazing, honey. That's why I don't call myself, I don't want to be no queen of rule stuff. You watch House of Dragons, who wants to be the queen? I'm a goddess. You need to walk around How do you show respect and honor in your marriage, sis? When I first met my husband, this was a few months in, and I moved where we live now. It is predominantly Black American. And I had some challenges at first because I came from a predominantly area where it was non-Black, it was white, it was Indian, it was Asian. And we lived in Georgia, but I was up north. He's in the south. And so I remember going to his Walmart and the men used to follow me around the store. It was really weird. And so one day, and they talked to me, it wasn't, now I look back, they were just being like, he said they never seen me because I'd be cute, honey. And so one day he went to, I said I needed to stop at the store. He wanted to go to Walmart. That's his store. I go to Target. And he went to drop me off at the front. I was like, yeah, I don't want to go now. And he was like, why? And I was like, I just don't want to. This was early on. Again, understand, be self aware. What's your inner child saying? So we came home and then, went to bed. And he was a little irritated. That night, that meant next morning, I got up and started walking. I go walk. When I came in, y'all, my husband different. He was sitting on the steps waiting for me. My husband's ex military. So I'm looking like, this is weird. He said, listen, I don't know what the bleep your problem is, but you need to communicate with me. And I'm like, he shut it down. He drew a line in the sand, like, I'm not going for this. This isn't how we do things. You're not going to stonewall me. I was used to having a communication style where I don't speak. Now he's done this too. We both have done it. I remember one time I went to speak to him and he didn't speak to me anymore. I said, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. About fifth time I said, well, did you hear me? I knew you heard me. He's like, no. Okay, I said, well, good morning. I love you. And again, sometimes that's the bear because I had slept on the couch. I fell asleep on the couch, but we were going through some things. And sometimes, honey, you know what you're doing too. So that's the thing. Build memories. This is a photo album of us. I print off the photos for my phone. It's 37 cents. Get you an 80% coupon off CVS. Sis, you gotta dig deep roots if you want this to work. I'm telling you, as you build this life and you build it together, these men have more options as they get older. And the women would be like, oh, I'm okay being single. That's good for you. I don't want to be single. I love being in a relationship. I have never lived alone. I don't desire to live alone. And that's okay. Okay. And are you prepared for the war? Let me tell you something. You need to be prepared for war. And when I say that, you need the weapons of warfare. These are some weapons because the war is going to come in your marriage. You either in the valley, looking down at the valley, or coming up out the valley. But sis, valley time coming, and it's not being pessimistic. Understand his triggers. And I'm gonna leave you with this. The other woman, I actually have, I'll just say an associate for my Pilates class. We're talking this and that. And I started connecting the dots and figured out she's been the other woman for 7 years. The man lived with somebody. And she like, well, I don't think they really together and this and that. And I'm sitting here like, this is some weird. There is always another woman that wants your, especially if he's a good man and you sharing little things and quips. I talk to women, they be like, man, I want a husband like your husband. Listen, and I'm telling you, single women ain't saying that they don't want your husband, but they want good husbands. And then as a married woman, we just sit up here like, well, tell her what you did, honey. Be your beautiful, cute self. Be your authentic self. Go to a place to eat. Sit at the bar. Y'all home all day long. You don't want to talk to men. You don't give them your cute feminine energy. That's why I'm here. Okay. So with that said, that's our power. Make sure you are praying for him. He acting crazy. You need to pray. Well, Montina, I'm doing all the work. And I mean, you want your husband or not? Sometimes I talk to y'all and I'm like, I wish I could just jump in your skin one day, switch places, because I'd be like, all right, understand the purpose is to make you the best version of yourself. And you got to make this stuff practical. He loves you. You do it for him. Well, I saw him looking at the other girl's butt. Well, it probably was big and you looked at it too. I'm telling you, you do it for him, sis. I do it for my husband and he does it for you. He don't do it for me no more. Figure it out. Y'all have got to start figuring this out because the other woman is there and she round the corner waiting. She lurking. And not your sister friend is asking that she's single. It's the other woman. Okay, it's the other woman. So remember, your hobbies are important. They make you happy. Go to Pilates, yoga, something like that. The other thing is your self care, self maintenance. Self care is important. It is very important. You need a sister circle, unicorns and rainbows. You don't have to get all super duper duper deep and trauma bonding. Listen, one of my girlfriends texted me the other day. She said, I need that tea you be talking about. I don't even know what tea she's talking about. So actually, see, I don't know what tea you're talking about, but whatever tea, I drink a lot of different teas. Put on the armor, Ephesians 6:11. You got to put this on. We at war. Fight for your marriage and your husband. Especially y'all, he ain't cheating, he ain't beating. He just cool. He just get on your nerves. But honey, okay, whatever. I'm gonna tell you this real quick. My husband, we've had company. So they actually came back. I'll tell y'all this real quick. And they had to spend the night last night. I said, oh my God, I wanted some ducky ducky. He's like, well, you're gonna have to wait. He's silly because we're empty nesters. I said, I don't like you. He said, I don't like you. I said, but I love you so much. He said, I love you too, baby. Y'all have fun. Stop having more fun at work and at the studio and outside in the world than you are at home. Breathe. It's not that serious. Breathe. Just do the work. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Why? Because the joy of the Lord is your strength. I'm praying for you to be successful in your marriage. And my single sisters, y'all better be out here doing the work. This is real work, but it's worth it. I promise you it is. All right. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all. I'll hang out in the chat for just a minute. Book your tickets, $100 deposit for Travel Joy. All women are welcome to come to Cancun as long as you're a pro man. You're pro relationship. I don't need people that I don't want no man. You want a man, go someplace else. We don't want you. Go with the single girls and be single all your life. If that works for you, it's cool. We want you over here with us. All right, bye, y'all. I got to go.